You're listening to Between the Lines with Rob Reynolds, brought to you by R. Reynolds and Associates, your health and life insurance professionals. Give us a call today. We have a plan for you. Call 636-734-8444. And now, Between the Lines. Good morning, friends. How you doing? And happy holidays and Merry Christmas and Happy Monday. Say, I had an idea over the weekend, and it's something that I have never done before, and that is I kept a little pad by my bed, and every time I think of something, I jot it down. And I've never done that before. Everybody says that's a cool thing to do. Well, now I've done it, and yeah, it is kind of cool. And what I want to do is on Mondays, I want to kind of do a little show called Monday Musings. And it's kind of little things that I thought about, or maybe things that we've not thought about at all. And we want to think about. Some might be funny, some might be you go, what? I can't believe that. But we're going to start today, see how you like it. I'm anxious to see how you think it comes across. And then we've got some great shows before Christmas. We've got a visit with the leader of the St. Louis Crisis Nursery. We've got a special on detailing in beauty salons, and that's going to be an absolute hoot. But we've got some great things. But on Mondays, I want to kind of be a little more loose and fun and have you think about things. Well, one of the things that I was thinking about is that early on, probably 7 or 8 years ago, I went to the doctor and, normal physical. And at the end, he says, is there anything you want to ask me? I said, well, do you have anything that basically, at the end of the month and it's kind of tense and it's kind of tight? And well, come on, let me just cut to the chase. Could I get some Prozac? He said, Prozac. I said, well, I got a job that's really high intensity, and the pressure to make the month is that. And I mean, I'd like to have something kind of just take the edge off there at the end. He said, well, can you give me a little highlight on how that makes you feel? I said, well, it makes me feel sidle. He looked at me like, what? He said, what's sidle? I said, homicidal. He said, here's the script. Now, the other thing that I thought about, and I don't think I'm the only one that has ever thought of this, but when we were kids, one of the things that we did on the weekend was we got in our cars and we made the loop through town, around the Dairy Queen, all the way to McDonald's, then around McDonald's, all the way back through town to the Dairy Queen. And we'd do that all night long. If we got hungry, we'd stop at the McDonald's or we would stop at the Dairy Queen. And we did that all night long. That was our entertainment for the weekend. And I got to thinking, what do kids that grow up in the city, what do they do? I mean, do they drive out to Kansas City and back? Or do they go down by the arch? Hope they don't get their car stripped. I mean, do they do those kind of things? I mean, I don't know. Now I could ask my own girls, but they're only 30 something, so they wouldn't want to tell me. What I don't know won't hurt me. But now, did you ever think about that? We had a great childhood, but a lot of things we did, well, I wonder if they still do, or do they find something else to do? Be interesting. You let me know on the comments. Let me know what you think about that. A couple other things that crossed my mind is: do you know that when I was a kid at my mom and dad's house, we never, ever had a pizza delivered? Never, not once, not even thought about it. Never had a pizza delivered. Never did a delivery man knock on the door and say, here's your pizza. Never did that. Now, my dad might have picked one up, brought it home, but not delivered. Now, the other thing is, we seem to spend a lot of time at McDonald's, with the grandkids or getting a Diet Coke. By the way, they do have the best Diet Cokes in the world. Um, they're not a sponsor either. I just threw that in. But we did not have a McDonald's in our town until I was a sophomore in high school. What do you think about that? I tell that to my girls, and they go, "Woo, you did live in the Stone Age." No, we just didn't have a McDonald's. Kind of interesting, right? Now, the other thing I wanted to think about is things that are just weird foods that I like, and maybe you like them too. Or when you hear this, maybe you have to shut off your machine and run immediately into the restroom. One, I love chicken livers. Love them. Just love chicken livers. I also like saltine crackers with mustard. Think about that. I got that from an old math teacher that I had back in eighth grade. I'm not going to tell you who, but she introduced me to that. And then I like calamari, you know, that, that kind of like boiled rubber bands that you get to take. Yeah, you put marinara on them, they're second to none, I got to tell you. But the last thing I want to leave you with is my pet peeves. Now, one of them is bad or incorrect spelling. Now, when I see somebody in a text or an email or something like that, they misspell things or misuse words or things like that. I just want to go through there, go to their house and punch them. I mean, I can't stand it. It's like like an old English teacher. Spelling. I mean, for goodness sake, spell the word right. I think we've LOL'd ourselves to death, but spell the word right. It's my pet peeve. The last thing is I'm kind of a connoisseur of listening to presentations and sermons and things like that. Well, one time I was at church, and of course the preacher was up there. He did his sermon, and after it was over, he was back by the door telling everybody to come back and have a good time and whatever. And he said, "Well, did you enjoy the sermon today, Rob?" I said, I really did. I didn't hear much of the message, but I'm going to give you an 8 on the presentation. For some reason, I never did really get invited to that church too much anymore. Listen, I hope you found something to laugh about or smile about. That's the whole purpose. And I want you to think about this. This is the holiday season. It's a time to be joyous. It's a time to be thankful. But it's also a time to take care of the people that maybe this is a tough time of the year. Because for a lot of people, it is. It's a very tough time of the year. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get out that old phone book, go through there and find somebody that you haven't talked to in a while and call them up. And it may go like, oh, well, me, I haven't thought of you. I mean, I haven't seen you since high school or grade school. But the thing is, you'll make their day. I'll guarantee you. So I want you to do that between now and Christmas. I want you to have fun. I want you to tell people Merry Christmas, not Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas. And let's just have this be a great, great holiday season. I truly appreciate you listening. It's been brought to you by our Reynolds and Associates. And this is Rob. Have a great week. We'll see you a little bit later on. Thank you.